Robert Stellick with Blue Planet Surf, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about shoulder injuries, how to prevent shoulder injuries, what to do if you do get a shoulder injury. Stand-up paddling does put a lot of strain on especially shoulders, elbows, your arms. So I've for the last year I've kind of had some issues with my shoulder. Actually, it's been like a year and a half, and it's kind of a nagging thing that doesn't quite go away. And I tried everything, so people have asked me for advice, and I've told people what I've been doing. So I kind of wanted to share that and hopefully it'll help others too. But I'm not an expert at this, so just remember that you should your injury might be different than mine, so it's always a good idea to check with a doctor first before you start doing any of these things. But what I found for me, I have it in my left shoulder, and it's kind of a pain that's right kind of in the front of the shoulder, kind of right over the shoulder joint, and kind of going down. Sometimes it's kind of a sharp pain, and I notice it especially if I lift a board up over my head onto the car. That kind of motion, anything over the head, kind of can irritate the shoulder. And I tried a lot of different things for it, like resting. Didn't really seem to help. It kind of makes the pain go away if you're not using your shoulder, obviously. But then as soon as I go up paddling again, I kind of re-injure it. So the thing that worked best for me was physical therapy, using basically getting to strengthen my rotator cuff muscles, which that kind of holds your shoulder together. It's kind of, your shoulder is like a ball joint, and if your muscles that hold the joint in get weak, then there's like more motion moving around, and that's how you kind of re-injure it. And basically it's just caused by overuse. Originally mine started when there was really good surf for like a whole week, and I surfed every day, and my shoulder was hurting, but I just kept going out despite the pain. So kind of just going through it, and it was so fun that I didn't want to stop. But that's not a good idea. So better to take it easy, not overdo things, and then prevent like that long-term injury and not being able to paddle for a long time. Stretching, yoga is really good too, but you have to be careful. There's certain motions you want to avoid are bracing behind you, like bringing the paddle behind you. When you're surfing, a lot of times you're getting the shoulder weight behind you, lifting boards up over your head. Those kind of motions were always hurting my shoulder. So certain motions you want to avoid. Also, when the wave's really big, holding on to your paddle at all costs. Sometimes that can kind of tweak your shoulder when it gets pulled the wrong way. So sometimes either hold your paddle in the hand that's not hurting you when the waves are big, or just let go of it, go after the paddle later. What I would recommend. So and then also in terms of equipment, using a shorter paddle needs to be easier on your shoulder joints. So I would say go with the paddle that's more like, Jim Terrell says about 10% taller than your height. So I'm 6'2", so about 7 inches taller than my head, about a shaka sign, or maybe up to where your wristwatch would go, but I wouldn't go much longer than that, because the motion, having the shoulder up above, or having the hand above your shoulder, is the higher the arm is, the more strain it's going to put on your shoulder. Also, keeping the elbow low, like when you're paddling, you want to keep your elbow below your hand. You should never have your elbow up higher, because the higher you get your elbow, the more strain it's going to put on the shoulder. So keep your elbow low, feet. So those are some things I would recommend to prevent injury, and if you have injured your shoulder, use a smaller blade, softer shaft, shorter paddle. So what causes the shoulder injury, it varies, but it's usually like a sudden jerky movement, or just overuse. Over time, the more irritated it gets, the more it starts to hurt, and the harder it is to get rid of it. So, basically my injury was the tendons rubbing against each other, the muscles, they're all attached together in your shoulder, and then the layers between kind of get irritated and swollen, and then every time you move the shoulder the wrong way, that gets more and more irritated, And so one thing that helps is taking an anti-inflammatory like Aleve or ibuprofen. Like they last about 12 hours, so you should take two, once in the morning, once at night. Or my doctor prescribed this to me. It's called meloxicam. It's one tablet you can take, and it lasts 24 hours. So you just have to take it once a day, which is kind of nice. So you don't have to remember to take it twice a day. But you do want to take this consistently for a while, because it takes a while to actually work on your body, and so by the time it gets to your shoulder where you need it, can be a while. So you want to be kind of consistent taking it before you feel an effect, and then just kind of taking that irritation out will help you recover faster and better. Now there's also an option to put in to inject an anti-inflammatory into your shoulder, into the area where it hurts, and that's another option. I haven't done that yet. I'm trying to see if I can just make it go away without needing that, and the physical therapy has really helped, and my shoulder's been much better. Next, we're gonna do a little video on exercise, my physical therapy exercise that I was showing to strengthen the rotator cuff muscles. And all you need really is an elastic cord. This is like a 6-pound cord, and then I have a door anchor, but you don't really need this. If you have like a pole or something, you can put the strap around. Then that's really all you need. And as you get stronger, you can use high resistance cord. You can put 2 cords together. You can use a cord single or double it up. So there's a lot of different options. But yeah, so in the next video, I'm just going to show the exercises so you can kind of follow along with the exercises. And they're basically strengthening the rotator cuff, different muscles in the shoulders. So hold everything together stronger, and to relieve the pain off of the affected area. So I'll go into these exercises next.